Hey guys, this is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, and today I'm doing another episode of none other than Cover Battle. And we're going to go back to 1981 to Captain America. Yeah, briefly for a time it was called Captain America and the Falcon. This was a really good time period for Captain America. I really enjoyed what they had to offer. And so here we go with this first cover, issue 264, back when they were 50 cents. Yeah, 50 cents. Look at this. We've got the X-Men in this one, so if you're an X-Men fan, that's going to jump out to you too. Look, we got Captain America and the Falcon punching Nazis out, which is, that's just awesome. This is great Mike Zeck art. He did the covers as well as the interior art on these books as well. This was just a fun period of time. Look at this. Witness an American Nightmare. We have these mutants, they're all caught. And now, even though the Nazis and all this, one of the things that was interesting about this time period is it just wasn't as in your face with stuff as it is today. Yeah, you could have some political stuff there, and there always was in Captain America, but one of the arguments is how it's done. Today it seems like the agenda is put before the content of the comic, whereas during this period of time, with some exceptions, the content of the story was put first, and this was just an additional part to learn from. There's a lot to be gained there. So once again, this is on great newsprint paper back when that was perfectly fine. Look at this, really good art for this series. So maybe I'll do an episode of advertisements from this period too. So here we go. So anyway, that's the first issue there that we're going to put up in the competition. Issue 264. The next issue I want to put in the competition, here it is, here is issue 268. You look at this, we've got the Defenders on there. Defenders was a comic book that just never quite caught on. It was sold well enough to go for a good amount of time, but they always used characters that weren't real big draws. And they might go, well, they had Hulk and Doctor Strange. Yeah, and that's understandable. But they weren't real big sellers at that time. They did okay, just weren't huge. And I think that's nice. It allows Marvel and the company to spotlight other characters, which is one of the things I've always loved about Avengers. For the most part, Avengers would, use a couple characters that are pretty well known, and then use some that aren't, and that way you get to know them, like Wonder Man and things, which I wish they got more attention. Look at, we got Hellcat here. Look at this. Remember when she was around? I wish they didn't kill her. That was a waste, killing that character here. Now, by this is issue 268, so by this time they dropped the Anne Falcon part, okay, which was a good point. Also, look, the price went up 10 cents. So look at that. You lose Falcon, the price goes up. Oh, man, that's not fair. Falcon's a cool character. Once again, Mike Zeck art there did a great job. And you look at it, we don't tend to have art like this today in our interior comic books. The art is just a higher quality at that time. Yeah, the pages today might be a thicker stock and better for coloring and all, and there is some good art, don't get me wrong. It's just I miss the art of this period of time. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm wrong. There we go, issue 268 with a good 1-point perspective. I mean, look, everyone's shooting. Captain America's blocking with the shield, which is always sort of funny. You think when everybody shoots, they always hit his shield. What if they shot here and he shot over here? Cap's going to get hurt, but that's, you can't have that. That's comic book logic here in science. We have to go with that. And I'm not making fun of him because I love Captain America. So, this is also, by the way, when the comic books Code of Authority was around. I'd like to know, what do you like more today? Do you sort of wish that the comic book Code of Authority is back with what we're seeing today in comic books, or are you glad it's gone? I'm interested to see your thoughts on that as well. Now, the last issue in this battle today is going to be none other than issue 269. And this is going to be the introduction of Team America. Yeah, this patriotic motorcycle gang, if you will. This is a terrible thing to waste. You've got this sort of generic creature in the background. You've got this team that never really caught on big. I think at the time Marvel wanted to spin them off into their own comic book series on an ongoing. It just never quite worked. I think I'd like to see them again in Captain America, just as a throwback. I'd like to also see a lot more U.S. Agent back in the books and draw him like he's big and buff like he's supposed to be. But once again, we have some more Mike Zeck art here. We have an action issue oriented cover. So once again, we're hitting the early 80s here. An interesting, fun time. So once again, we have 3 issues that we're going to choose from for this battle. We have, I'm going to try to keep them all in the frame here, issue 264, issue 268, and issue 269. So you know the rules. 3 comics enter. Only 1 comic can get pulled off the shelf. So you can't flip through the pages. You have to make your purchasing decision based on the cover alone. Which issue would you pick? I like all 3 covers, but the one that grabs my attention the least would be 269. So I'd throw that one out, and it'd be between these two, 264 and 268. Now, I've always been a fan of Captain America teaming up with the Falcon, so that does pump that up a little bit. He's punching out the Nazis. It's got X-Men in it. That's pretty cool. But with that said, there's just something about issue 268 that jumps out to me more. I don't know, I just like how Cap's running at him. He's got a shield, the bullets are bouncing off. That one I tend to gravitate towards more. That would probably be the one I would have picked up off the shelves. Once again, it's very patriotic with the wording of how Captain America is written. During this period of time, Captain America was patriotic. I mean, he's always been, and this is just, once again, your choice of how they write things, I suppose. And this wasn't my favorite, but, it is what it is. So, anyway, well, my thoughts don't matter. What matters is what your thoughts would be. Which issue would you pick? 264, 268, or 269? I'm going with 268. I look forward to hearing your opinions. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for your time, and until next time, keep it frugal.